Who is it?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Fuck!
What?
Ah!
What the fuck?
Alright, I'm back. I had to dick around with my soundboard for a little bit. Count on myself. I see the buttons there and I'm just like... I have to.
You bastard!
I know.
You.
No, that's enough. Alright, let's get back into it, shall we? And by that I mean, let us begin patch 6.1 MSQ. Let us begin our newfound adventure. The birth of a new era, right? Ben Walker was the grand finale. Big Lebowski, the final shebang. I think that last reference was off. I meant to say something else and somehow Lebowski came out. Not that, but still. The swan song, the John Denver, for the old storyline since 1.0. Now we're moving on to something new, right? Our newfound adventure. So let's do it. Let's go back to Redman's Toll and see what's going on in what used to be the Scion's headquarters. What was it called again? The Rising Stones? Which has now become Hataru's, fucking... I was gonna say clothing empire, but I think she's more than just a tailor, right? She's like an omnicrafter now. That's good enough for now. Let's do it! That's how I get up from bed too. I stand up on my bed completely, and then I go. She's our level 100 omnicrafter? There she is. Man, this whole place is all emptied out, like we left it when we came back from Ultima Thule. Feels like a lifetime ago now. It's literally just us. It's just a Taro sitting here. Newfound adventure? Question mark. The Taro is putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Alright. I would think so, she's all alone here. Leon! How lovely to see you! How's it going, Taro? It's been a while. If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Sure. Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well. Munchies? Who? Freeman. Oh, I know. I think I know who you mean. Yeah. You mean like Minfilia's mom, Flamin, or something? Oh my God! Yes. Muffins, cookies. Donuts? Yeah, she's in her...
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
Well, yeah, no shit. But yeah, Flamin's permanently stuck on that damn terrace up top outside, yeah.
Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
He knows.
Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. what about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
I mean, the obvious answer, isn't it? A grand new adventure, of course. What else? What I live for. Said it before.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you. You've fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
That's the plan, yeah? The second one calls to me too. But I want to be enthusiastic, so I'll stick with the first answer again. You're right! Who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be discovered? I mean, fucking Hades already hinted at a lot of them, basically spoiled shit.
Oh, that's the spirit! I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly. Now, all you need is a destination. If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me. Thavnair. That's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Yes, this is what I was referencing.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress. Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Shit, I wasn't expecting her to actually make us a new outfit. I thought she was going to do that for the beginning of Endwalker, not after. Not after it was over. Make sure it has... I need to carry shit! No, I'm not gonna do that. You're the best, Tatara. Hole in 3. He's sewing it right there in front of us.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
This is really fucking cute.
I'm one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims. Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
I usually discard all that shit, honestly. Once I see it filling up my pockets, I'm like, get this crap out of here. Leon was meditating and now he's sleeping.
Mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
He started off patiently meditating and now he's falling asleep waiting on this. He's just like, whoa, the hell is this?
Unless I am returned.
Anybody gonna finish that?
Ah, you're awake.
Can't leave a cookie half finished, man. Eat it! I think my camera wasn't in the bottom right. I would have blocked out the Newfound Adventure logo.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga?
Both.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
I already nodded ahead of time. It's like I already know. I was like, and then Leon did it. Every time. You get used to it. It's like, you know what your character's gonna do after a while. You play this game long enough, you know. Okay. Having traveled to the edge of existence and back, the question of what comes next has been at the forefront of your mind. Totaro inquires into your plans for the future, and her suggestion of returning to your adventuring roots strikes a chord. In particular, you recall the words of Emmett Selk, urging you to see with your own eyes the bounty's undersea ruins. Having anticipated your rekindled passion for exploration, Totaro reveals that she is in the process of crafting you a new set of traveling clothes. You try to wait patiently as she cuts and sews, but are soon overcome by the accumulated fatigue of saving a world and slip into an unexpected nap. You wake to find an apologetic Totaro who asks that you accompany her to the Diamond Forge, where she intends to add the finishing touches to your outfit. Neat. I wonder what kind of new outfit she's got cooked up for us today. Observe as the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no mapping this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. Okay. A little more room in the shoulders. Open up the cuffs. A final adjustment to the hem. Oh, hold on, I gotta... There we go. All done! Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Well, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream ready for a bold new adventure? Oh, I see. It's the one from the Newfound Adventure logo, or the artwork for it, yeah. Nice. I'm so glad you approve. So what do I owe you? Oh, come on. You've outdone yourself, Totaro. Thank you. Oh, stop. You'll make me blush. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. I'll see if I can fit it in somewhere. Or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. Oh, of course, she wants me to fucking advertise. She's turning me into a walking billboard, huh? They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder, wherever did he purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique. Right, I knew that was your fucking plan all along. Great. Mwahaha! I can hear it now. The merry clink-clink of gil overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. She thinks of gil like any other lollipop, right? Yeah, turn it down a little. Wayfarer's tabard. Fingerless gloves, boots, ear cuff, necklace. Wow, it actually, for once, we got an outfit that actually comes with some accessories, too. Here, let's try it on. That's pretty much it. No pants! I guess you gotta add those yourself. So what would happen if I displayed my... combining it with mine? Oh my god. Now we just need the big-ass backpack. And we got the look from the Warrior of Light and the artwork for Newfound Adventure, right? This is what he's wearing. Excuse me. Ahem. Burgeoning merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Well, actually, I have a diary called The Unending Journey. I write everything down there. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. I already have a journal. Collection expanded. The Unending Codex. What the hell is this? The Taru Scion of the Seventh Dawn Coin Keeper. Though publicly known as the organization's receptionist. Oh, I see. Literal notes on characters and stuff that you've met on your journeys. Okay. Funny how we just get an entry for these three right now. The Taru, the Scions, and the Final Days. Interesting. The Unending Codex is now available in the collection in the duty section. The main menu, new entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. Wow, they really want to make our new adventure from this point on feel fresh. New outfit, a new little journal that we never had before. To take notes of things that have happened before. Only recently though, that's the thing that I noticed right there. It's only for things that have happened recently. There's nothing before the Final Days. You know, like there was nothing there for like everything that happens in previous expansions. It's just like to start taking notes from this point onward. For things that'll become relevant for our new adventure, I guess. Bountiful Ruins. Totaro has some advice to share with you. Alright, what do you got, Totaro? As the, former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. I learned that from you in Heavensward, yeah. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavner, I suggest you explore your options at Marriage Mahane, if that's how you say it. Still having trouble with that one. The finest drinking establishment in Radatan. Charm the employees and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. Now, I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Leon, and may fair fortune find you. May fair fortune find you. I've never heard that phrase before, so that came out a little weird. The cadence was a bit off. This is probably going to be my first time in a very long time seeing Razatan not be covered in red apocalyptic skies and weather. Oh, they got new music now! Bitter Snow. Isn't that for the roll quest? I thought that was supposed to start in, I know what that is. Yeah, I thought that was supposed to start in Camp Broken Glass. A place to oh my god, I know what that is. Making a pit stop. The Stone Sky Sea expansion, right? Dude, the new Razat music is lit! It's so much more upbeat. It's like the same song, but they remixed it to make it sound a little bit cooler. Or like, give it a different tone, because it sounded really fucking sad and depressing the last time we were here. A place to train. A hardy-looking Radiance is waiting for you with word of a new facility. Hail, adventurer! I had sincerely hoped you might return to this fair city of ours someday. After all, it is thanks to you and the Scions that I am standing before you now. And as a token of my gratitude, I wish to share something useful with you. Although I shan't be the one doing the sharing. Seek out my sharp-eyed comrade at Palaka Stand for further details, adventure. Godspeed. Okay. What was that? Let's go do this real quick. Small detour. One of many, I think. Aha! You must be the adventurer I've heard so much about. Yes, that gleam in your eyes suggests you might be worthy of the burning field after all. Ah, forgive me. I suppose I sought to show more respect to the hero of Ratatan. You are doubtless quite busy, so I won't waste your time. Permit me to introduce you to the Burning Field, a steam training area where we Radiant hone our skills in preparation for felling our enemies in combat. You'll find no distractions there. Just you and a wooden dummy. Imagine that a fearsome foe stands before you and strike it with all your might. The design of the dummy itself originates from the Far East, as does the practice of bashing it repeatedly to attain martial mastery. Of course. It is said that he who fights with strength of stone unyielding breathes deep of boundless sky and embraces serenity of rolling sea. Against him none can stand. Yeah, I've heard that before, or variations of that from previous expansions, yeah. Still trying to decipher its real meaning, but I get the gist of it, I guess. It's basically saying practice, practice, practice. In its own deep way, I guess. I can tell you're eager to start training right away. Yes, I've no doubt you're worthy of such a place. In that case, feel free to practice there as you see fit. Simply speak with me when you wish to begin, and I shall be your guide. I believe I speak on behalf of the Radiant Host when I say it is an honor to provide assistance to an adventurer such as yourself. And with that, let the striking commence. They ran out of variations for another striking opportunity, right? You now have access to the Burning Field, an expansion of Stone Sky Sea. This training can be accessed by speaking with the sharp-eyed Radiant at Palaka Stand. Fight. There it is. Level 90. The final day. There was a title is called Zodiac Call, right? Pandemonium Asphodella. The Savage ones. And singer's Aria. Okay. Well, here, let me go see at least one of them. Where are we? Whoa. I only saw this place from the sky during MSQ. I like flew up here once I unlocked the last ether current, and then I saw a little bit of it. Big ass rings. Still play the same music? Same music. Nothing new. You know what? Kill dummy, yeah. Yeah, that's how it works. I was using this to learn the Paladin rotation. Well, I was using the Shadowbringers version of this to learn the Paladin rotation before and during, like, the beginning of Endwalker. Now that I'm here, though, let me review the Gunbreaker opener. This isn't gonna become a grinding stream. I'm just gonna do this, like, once or twice, just to get a refresher on it. How you're actually supposed to do it. And then we'll get the fuck out of here. Okay, so you're supposed to do... Luckily, I don't have to move as fast through this as you would through, like, Ninja or something. So you're supposed to do the basic 1, 2, 3. Actually, after that you do No Mercy. Once you have No Mercy, you start doing this. Oh yeah, and then you do this, and then this, followed by that, and then this. This, okay. And then another one of these. This. And then it was first strike followed by continuation of it. Okay, start over again. Right. I remember practicing this way before I did Endwalker, so I've completely forgotten it now. I practiced it, I never showed this video, I still have it on my PlayStation, but I practiced this opener so that I could see how far I could get soloing, what's it called? One of the Omega fights. I wanted to see if I could actually do the Omega raids by myself. So it was way before we even got to Stormblood during my marathon, actually. That's how long ago it was. Yeah. I'll try it 2 more times. And I do have a video where I managed to get past the DPS check. And then that was it, because after that, you have to fight both of Omega's forms, the male and female form. And you have to split them. I can't do that by myself. If they stay together, they're buffed, and you can't really kill them. And they destroy you. But I got past the DPS check as a Gunbreaker doing that. And I saved the video of it too. I had to use potions like the one that's shown here in the... I think that's why I have it here, right? Yeah. So it's this. This. And then this. Followed by this. Like that. And that's pretty much it. I'll do it one more time. And then we're out. I can do this off stream, but I figured since I was here, I was like, might as well. Give it a few more tries. Rule of 3. No more than 3 times. And then we're getting the fuck out of here. That was once and twice. Now comes the 3rd time. No, I tried to go faster and I did it wrong, but whatever. It's more or less, you know, the gist of it. Alright. I did it out of order in the middle because there's such a big, like, there's such a big cluster of icons there, so I kind of, you know, botched it. Alright, fuck this. You feeling out of it and you're gonna go lay down for a while? Alright, take it easy, Crimson. Thanks for stopping by the stream and thanks for all the help with the Pandemonium race. Appreciate that, buddy. Okay. Back to the MSQ. Oh wait, I could have just teleported, right? Yeah. I wasted the sprint, man! I'm not switching to that new outfit, by the way. I didn't like it, obviously. I prefer my own outfit. I hate to disappoint Tataru, but yeah, I was like, eh, it's not my thing. So far, I think the best one was still the Shadowbringers one. I think it's because they had a theme to go with, you know? Like a strong theme to go with the whole Bringer of Darkness. Welcome to Merid's Main. Hello. It's been a while, but I remember you. Oh, hello. I did not recognize you at first. Yeah, see, there you go. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the bounty? Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? I have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. Okay. Ah, there he is. Professor Jolene. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the main's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek. And a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy from him is on the house, by the way. If Merit found out I took coin from Bavner's savior, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Okay. Anything else? Keep your purse strings tied, friend. We will cover whatever you purchase for the professor or yourself. Damn. The benefits of being a hero, right? We get free food and booze from this place now. Celine? Yes? His name sounds familiar. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder. That's not a problem. He also looks kind of familiar. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Here she comes. Listening in. Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Oh, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. You gotta start with the small talk, right? You gotta worm your way in. Did we not learn this when we were trying to make sales for what's his name? Back at the beginning of Endwalker? You gotta start with a little small talk, you know, build up some rapport, and then you go in for the kill afterwards. Here we are, one of Merid's finest. Enjoy! Ah, lovely. Bottoms up! I'm about to get wasted with this fool. Sorry, my voice hella cracked when I was saying her line. Jalheen empties the cup in a single pull. Holy shit. That thing's massive, too. That was very kind of you, sir, but I know when I'm being softened up. What is it that you want from me? Shit! He's onto us. Alright. Might as well come clean. Aha! Chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? I assume you've heard of Alzadab. He was Khan of the Ari tribe which sailed to Thavner from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Ratatan. Shit. His decision to aid the Arkasadra is what ultimately won them the war against the Gajasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Al-Zadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap in Razatan's earlier days. Okay. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches. Others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Al-Zadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea. Excuse me? A deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Ratatan, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hearty souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle and... Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Oh, he knows he's gonna get more drinks out of me now, huh? Malil, another round for the professor. I'll go with it, fuck it. I don't mind social drinking. Ah, I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another for the professor. We're gonna rack up a tab, yo. And we don't have to pay for shit. This is great. Open bar, baby, let's go. Oh, today was a splendid day to visit the main. Into those gulps, man. Jalene gulps down his newest drink with gusto. He's gonna be wasted by the end of this conversation. Where were we? Ah, yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and the golden lira grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azama was saying. Azama's a fellow connoisseur of spirituous protocols. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. That's been seen since he set sail here, but he did have... no, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I am no stranger to peril. Don't worry. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Okay. Time to tell him my story, I guess. The very edge of existence? From anyone else, I'd struggle to believe it, but I recognize you now. You're the hero of the final days. A drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. Malil, more of the same, if you please. As you wish. But this one is on your coin, Professor. Yeah, he did ask for it himself, instead of letting me ask for it. Galeen drains yet another cup dry. He has thrown him back. He's gonna pass out before this is over. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Azama's, he was desperate to buy a treasure map. One which showed the way to the entrance of the vault. She could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? Bah, I forget. Let's drink to a toast to you, my new best friend. Malil, more drinks! She was fucking wasted. Look at her! She's freaking out! Fuck, what's gonna lead to the funnier outcome? Fuck it, I'm saying nothing. Maybe she'll just bring in more alcohol. Be right with you. I'm gonna let him get wasted. Fuck it. Your drink, sir. Ah, marvelous. I am parched. Fuck it. Jolene throws back in another cup. Holy shit, this dude is gone.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the.
Weren't we talking about Asana? You wanna know where Asana is? Around this time, he's ordinary and often at the usual place. We have learned some useful information regarding the undersea vault. If Jolene were more coherent, however, he may have had more details to share. Ha! That's what I get for getting him drunk. Maybe I should have signaled for water. I fucked up. He's gone now. Who's this? Who's the person next to him? Ugh, I think I had one too many. You think? Jesus Christ. Malil? What's your take on this? The professor was able to help you, I hope? Well, you saw what happened. I guess that's one way of putting it. Holy shit. That dude is gone. Airship landing. Okay. I haven't used the airship here yet. Like... Didn't realize I had those off. No wonder the raids seemed less slashy. I wasn't seeing everybody else's skill effects. Oh well. Sometimes I forget to turn it back on because I usually turn it off stream when I do roulettes. Make it easier. Something else I gotta double check. Is that who I think it is? Oh, I see. There's somebody's minion. Somebody hanging out over here. Debated. I thought it was actually Medion, but no. It was just a minion version of her. Where can you go from here? Bulldog, Gridania, Limsa, Ishgard, or Kugani? I'm gonna try to travel from here if I can. Because I want to see the cutscene for taking off from here. If they have one. It might just be an instant teleport. I'm really digging the new music here. Holy shit. It's good. Oh, I came from here. Right. Oh, I can't go in from there. It's not another room. Well, it is, but it's over here. I like how when Totaro gave us our new outfit, it had the hair from the Warrior of Light from the trailers. Like as a suggestion. And didn't they also add that Warrior of Light's actual face with the 5 o'clock shadow beard also? Where he looks all rugged and shit. There you are. Found him. Yes, I am Azama. And who might you be? All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search of Alzadal's legacy, and I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. And that look in his eyes. I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Altadal III's otherworldly hoard, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So I will tell you what my friend told me, how he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault entrance. It seems this merchant, one Zashal, I believe, is selling a map which showed the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for its exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty. And within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Alzadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. Excuse me. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. That's kinda sad.
Please,
Okay.
Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness? So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. You bastard! This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never returned with that treasure alive. Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
Surprise, motherfucker.
He did say he was coming back here.
What have you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
Don't fall for it, Estinian.
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
See how they're doing this.
I'll take
This is a
it.
smart play.
Does this cover the price?
My man's about to overpay, isn't he? Fuck. They're both in on it, basically. Great sales tactic. If we only knew how much was in that sack. How much did he give him? Hey, Estinian.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Well met, my friend.
Likewise.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
Always. It's meant to be based on you wearing the new outfit.
Favner of all places. Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
He even knows who we are. Holy shit.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Like how Estinian didn't even count out the fucking coin. He just grabbed a vague amount from his fucking sack with a vague amount of gil in it and just gave it to the guy. Didn't even pay attention to how much he paid him. I never took you for a treasure hunter, dude.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself.
The kid, right?
If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
I remember that like it was yesterday. Aaron adventure. Post Stormblood. The very first thing.
You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
Oh yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all that he blabbered about that. That was a fun adventure, though. The very first post-Stormblood MSQ. I remember that.
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
Well, at least he was smart enough to catch that.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
I guess that's, you know, some silver lining to him getting scammed.
Coming along, yes?
Me? I mean, always split each other. Naturally. Of course.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Alright, so where to next, buddy? You will recall I spoke of visiting Thavner at Beatrice's request. Yep. Well, he finally invited me to a feast, and made his proposal once I was too full of Hannish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work. Oh, that makes sense. That is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Excuse me? Mattia is a fisherman by trade, yes? We should head to Akyali and see if he can help us. Right on. If I was born to run. Well, that's new. Probably a beast tribe thing. That's level 80 though. Let me go see at least what it is. Well, I suppose now, post-Endwalker, it's no longer called Beast Tribe, right? It's just called the Tribal Quest. Let me see. I have this guide open, so... It's basically like... Should be here under feature quests. The console games wiki. What does this unlock? What is it for? So I know how involved it is before I decide to accept it. Not even here. Oh, wait, there it is. Arcasadra main quests. This is part of patch 6.15, not 6.1. So this is actually after. Okay. So what did it unlock exactly? There's the blue, so... Arcasadra daily quests. Yeah, so it is to start what used to be called, you know, Beast Tribe quests. This is basically the new tribal quests for the Arcasadra. Okay, cool. And I'll do that later. It's past 6.15 anyway. I'm trying to do 6.1 stuff right now, so that'll be for later. Neat. And like I said, it's probably going to tie into the storyline that we did during Endwalker with the side quest here. I'm betting we're going to see what's her name again. That Ori chick that used to be afraid of the Arcasadra. I'm hoping to hire a ship, of course, rather than buy one. My funds would not stretch quite that far. Okay. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? Hey, Matsu, it's been a while.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins? Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here and I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. The kid's stalking us. He's stalking. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. I noticed him now. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. You're not that stealthy. Ah, it is you. You know how far out of our way we walked so that you'd not cross paths with some wild beast? I mean, I just teleported here, but... I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes who saved Thavnir? You are. I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zashal, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done, and beg of you for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have... Well, we'd be... Enough. I knew your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. Yep, I was looking for that same place too. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. But there is more you need to know. What's up? The map you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zashal selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. He's right about that. We are some bona fide badasses, me and Estinian. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... Please! Reminds me of that Gabriel Iglesias bit. And invite our comrades, command you a hand-moving treasure. Now you've gone and made him cry. See? Look what you did, Estinian.
You bastard!
I did not... That was not my intention. That's devastation? Oh, very well. Assuming we do find this treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more friends along for the carrying. Any ideas on whom to approach? The Scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. You stole it. Just for the fuck of it. You stole it? Our magics would be a welcome addition, aye, but I am loath to interrupt for research. Mayhap we could ask a less prickly companion. I figured. Oh shit, can we go through all these? What if I accidentally hit the right one, though? I bet the right answer is Thancred and Nurianje, because they're looking for shit to do. They're literally, like me and Estinian, they're just kind of, you know. That wouldn't make sense for the party composition, though. Assuming this is a dungeon, you would need to have, let's see, Estinian's a DPS. Whoever you bring with you, one of them needs to be an all-rounder, like Rahatia. And then the other one would have to be a healer or a DPS. Kyle's never... maybe still, yeah. These two are both... well, one of them's a healer and a DPS. That would leave you without a tank if you weren't already a tank yourself, so that wouldn't work. Tank and a healer, and then he's a DPS, and then you can be a DPS. But if you're a tank, Thancred is not an all-rounder, he can't... It's gotta be these two then. But whatever, let's just go down the list. If I hit the right one, we hit the right one. Whatever. Let's say Thancred and Nurianje then. Thancred and Nurianje, eh? Those two would answer our call, certainly, but they left the Rising Stones with a definite task in mind. I am loath to interrupt their self-appointed mission. What did Alfino and Alize say that we're gonna do? It's definitely gonna be Rohati and Kyle, I think. Little Lord Alfino and his sister? Were they not bound for Garlemald? I have far more important matters to attend to than delving for trinkets. Nailed it. Rohati and Kyle. Need an all-rounder and a healer. I guess... aye, Kyle may have her hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leap at the invitation. I mean, he basically asked me to, yeah. Will that set your mind at ease? Yes, if that man is as strong as you. Is he though? Graha, I mean? What, me? Or do you mean Graha? What is your name, boy? Merad, sir. Well, Merad, your life is yours to live as you will. But I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do. But what choice do I have? We need to eat and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinian. There we go. To be honest, it's not obvious to know who you should call on because they all said they were going to do something. They're all busy, technically. It's only thinking about the party makeup that I knew Grahatia and Kyle would have to be it. Because you need at least one all-rounder so that you can play any class you want. It has to be set up that way. And Grahatia is the only all-rounder we have in the Scions. Friends for the road. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. You'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. He's gonna fucking... Oh, I forgot to talk to Merad. Oops. Shit. He's gonna piss himself when he realizes he's been invited by his fucking idol to a new adventure, right? As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off too, Merad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Well, I missed my opportunity to talk to him. There's not going to be any New Game Plus for this until probably like 6.3 too, so... I guess I'll just have to see what he said when I play on an alt. Back to Charlian. That's a new one too. Small business, big dreams. When did that get unlocked? Never saw it before. Yeah, it's pretty new. .15 also. Okay. Well, there's something else to do. Okay. Oh, look who it is! Welcome back, Leon. Are they standing on something? I never checked, but yeah, I can see it now. They're standing on like a fucking some block so that they can actually be over the goddamn counter. What might the students do for you? Well, I'm looking for Grahatia and Kryle. Graha? Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Kryle. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. They're definitely gonna be happy to see me then. Hey, yeah!
Ah,
Oh shit.
Urgica, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
Nailed it!
I wish you had sent word ahead.
I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
How's the restoration of the students coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Vow.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around? The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition. I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
I knew he was gonna do it! He was gonna freak the fuck out because I invited him.
It's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned.
Wait till you see the.
You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already. Have you asked anyone else to come along?
I told you he was gonna piss himself.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
I already said that to Justinian. He told me to fuck off.
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she's spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon.
I mean, shouldn't you be able to help with that?
Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loperites are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
I guess that makes sense.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Let's do it.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
And that's our party makeup. An all-rounder, a DPS, And, I guess she still is gonna be a healer again? Or, sorry, Uriandra's the healer, yeah. Uriandra's gonna be the healer. And then, you're still in the stadium of the 2 DPSs, basically, and Graha's the all-rounder. You can be free to go and be whoever you want, basically, for whatever role you want. Phew! Putting away. Shit! Controller's gonna die on me. Fuck, I forgot to keep track of when I started. No timestamps on the chat log. Shit. How long have I been going now? I think I came back from my break at like 4:40. I'm around there, so it's been about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, something like that. Oh, she wasn't hard to find at least. What? Oh shit! I just thought this was a pile of books. I didn't. I didn't realize she was right there, lying on the fucking book like that. I was like just looking at this, and I was like, "Is she buried under the pile of books?" And then I just saw her. Like, the fuck? When do we get this emote? So we can lie on the ground with a little book pillow. So she came back briefly from the Great Google Library. Man, she's read herself to sleep. You ain't giving up, huh? You've been reading nonstop. But she couldn't read no more. Oh, look at her sleep soundly. Isn't that cute? Her little ears are like...
I've never known Y'shtola to doze off in the middle of research before.
How many books she's read, dude? You see that fat-ass pile? The shush emote. It's like, shh, don't wake her up. She's pretty when she sleeps. Watch her ears are gonna go... Bloop! When she hears this and wakes up, right? They're gonna, like, perk up. Gonna wait here patiently till she wakes up on her own. Here he comes.
Close my eyes for one moment.
I told you her ears were gonna do that shit. What? They know what people want to see. They know what people like. Stop.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Ow!
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
How long have you two been here?
Long enough? Well, we didn't want to wake you. I'll be honest.
Nor did I want to fall asleep. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me. As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it.
I mean, if Grahatia figured it out.
So I promised Runar. but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me? Al-Zadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse.
Well.
And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Achiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
I just realized I can check and see how long it's been. Ireland has been added to the Unending Codex. The Reflections, the Crystal Tower. It's retroactively, but slowly adding all the stuff that happened before. That's cool. Let's see. Yep. There they are. Ah, Master Leon. I have been made aware of your coming. Please use the lift here. Don't mind if I do. I don't see Thancred anywhere. Was he not supposed to be traveling with Urianger? I saw him here last time I was here. I've visited Labyrinthos on several occasions recently, but I've not set foot in Thalmazane since the day we boarded the Ragnarok. True enough. Okay, this is around the time. It says Newfound adventure accepted at 5:52 p.m. And I took a break between 5:01 and 5:40. Okay, so I came back at 5:41. 41, so it's been about an hour and 20 minutes? 26 minutes. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half. So I can go for like another 30-ish minutes, and then we'll be good. The 6:40 on the live timer. Okay. Now I'll probably be taking a longer break.
Ah, our illustrious champion.
Dylan!
Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside
Son
in thy
of a
pursuit of
bitch.
simple adventure.
You got it, buddy.
I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
Setting a timer so I don't forget. Damn, I am curious about Thancred, but... well, it's just good to see you well.
And thee. As ever, thou art the picture of strength.
It was a perfect moment to do this.
Dylan!
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loperids had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperids now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
Oh, they're not wrong, are they?
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation.
So they've made a theme park of adventure on the moon?
But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation. How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Istinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
Dylan!
All is well, I trust?
Son of a bitch.
With an entrance like that...
I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter.
Alright, good to hear, good to hear.
In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together.
So sad how that happens.
That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches.
Of course.
So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather? Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Ah, of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, it is best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations.
Alright, sounds good, buddy. See you
Till we
then.
meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
At least they're bringing up topics that Emmett Selk hinted at, with him spoiling future expansions and shit, right? Right before the final battle against Medion. He was like, he talked about so many different places we have yet to see, but amongst those were, you know, what did he say? Have you ever wondered what the people of the other reflections live like? Or I think he said, it might surprise you how the societies of like the other reflections of the source live. And of course I think we're gonna get a hint of that with what Ystel is trying to figure out. Oh yeah. I think I might have already done this, but... There. Ah, the thrill of imminent adventure. I never tire of this feeling. We know, you almost pissed yourself like I said you would when I invited you along. Just imagine the possibilities. Yeah, this Alcibal person learned how to go to another world. Maybe they know something about traveling to the other reflections. In my travels, I spied many a child wandering alone, orphans in all likelihood. The homes raised by beasts and blasphemies can be rebuilt. The void left by those we have lost cannot so easily be filled. Yeah. This reminds me, when is this at? 3.1. Okay. I will pray to Sandaruva for your safe return. May the wealth of her blessings guide you to the treasure you seek. Yes, indeed. What's up, Estinian? I brought back an army. I sent you to recruit Graha and you return with an entire survey party. Exactly. Ha! I hope Matsu's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. What he means is, we are grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. Okay. I'm good. I was gonna sneeze, but I'm good. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs and the shallows there. Aye, we will keep an eye out. Give me the money. Despite his misgivings, I wager Marad remains in that merchant's employ. Probably. Whew, that must be the boat we're taking, right? Get to the boat! Alzadal's legacy. Alzadal III. I confess I am somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? And what of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. There's something. My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. Let's do it. Some hype-ass music. Get us hyped for a new adventure, right? Straight out of the gate. Alzadal's legacy. A new dungeon, man. They're coming out swinging. Anything else? One can only spend so many days hunched over a desk before it begins to take its toll. I know that. A spot of vigorous exploration is exactly what I needed. You gotta get up and exercise sometimes a little bit, you know? This is the perfect opportunity to do that. I'm aware that this story about an otherworldly journey may be just that. A story. But even the wildest tale often contains a few grains of truth, and that is worth investigating. True enough. The treasure vault of a satrap will surely be filled with diverse traps and devilish deterrents. Caution is paramount. We'll be fine. None who enter these ruins come out alive. Well, we shall see about that. Yeah, same thing. Let's do it. Alzadal's legacy. Since the days of old, the imagination of the Thavnaran people has been captured by a persistent legend. The promise that somewhere, beneath the shimmering expanse of the bounty, lies hidden the treasure vault of Alzadal III. Yet how might one claim the fabled satrap's hoard where so many other reckless souls have tried and fallen? Will Estinian's dubious map lead you true to the rumored isle and its moldering ruins? Whatever peril waits ahead, it is certain to be an adventure. Yes, that's been the whole theme. How am I doing on those? Yeah, these are capped, but okay, cool. Plenty of room for these, so let's do it. I'll take Graha.
I stand ever ready.
He's really, he loves... he simps for the Warrior of Light. He loves the idea of going on an adventure with him or her, so... I'll bring him along. I'll give him what he wants. No and that's pretty much it, because I'm a tank, so these two can't be swapped out. So that's it. We'll give Graha a little treat. He begged us to invite him on our next adventure, so let's do it. This dungeon is pretty much going to take us the rest of the way, so I might as well turn off my alarm. There. Once I'm done with it, that'll be it for this stream. Alright, Graha, we're counting on you to heal. Let's do it. Time to learn just how authentic our map truly is. Our adventure begins. See? He's already happy to be here. Ecstatic, even. Let's do this. Oh, it's only two.
Allow me.
I wonder if the lighting is based on the time of day outside, or if it's always like this. Well, that was fucked up. Who the hell are these guys? All it all cutthroat? An invisibility spell removed, mayhap. Oh, because he was responding to Yustola saying that the glyph works its magic once more. Well, when did it happen the first time? Oh, I see. It said the map's glyph of passage opens the way forward. These guys look kind of familiar. They look like, They almost remind me of the goblins from FF5 a little bit. The map's glyph of passage opens the way forward. Again. This map is legit then. The hell is that? The giant squid-like jellyfish looking thing? Ambujan. My, what dense ether this creature has. Well, here we go. The kick-ass boss music. I fucking love it when the vocals kick in for this song. Tell me, Sola. Ha! If only it had been a squid. Imagine all the dried rations. I'd rather not. Oh look, is that a teleporter? He changes the subject. He's like, yeah, I'm not a fan of squid. Well, that was a cool little boss fight. The mechanics weren't too difficult. I like it. A little hard to figure out. Neat. The teleporter bears you deep beneath the waves. Deep inside. Glyph of passage detected, confirming bearer's identity. Who dat? Look! We're deep under the bounty. Then our map was no fake after all. Yeah, so it was worth getting scammed, right? It was legit at least.
Allow me.
Might as well. Unrecognized ethereal signature. Brazen thief, you will proceed no further. Alzadar's rampart? Shit. Calling for more fucking backup, dude. Holy shit, they're everywhere. We're gonna die. I might need to do this. Whew. Jesus Christ, that thing called so much backup and reinforcements. That was insane. Oh fuck, another one. Better check my cooldowns. Oh, I was at the end of that combo, I could have finished it. Shit.
This will hurt.
Kill this thing as fast as possible. Okay. Now that it won't summon anymore. Pretty neat. Under the sea and all that, you know? Armored Charlotte. Or is it Chariot, actually? Judging by these defenses, we must be nearing the treasure. It will take more than this to halt our expedition. Well, let's see if we can back up those words. I feel like I'm checking my ammo when I'm checking cooldowns. Okay, so I don't have Rampart right now. Okay. Fine. Do it. Turn back, Treasure Seeker, or this vault will be your tomb. Bring it on. Hey! Articulated kit? What is this? It hits 2 quadrants at a time. Oh, it's reflecting what they're doing, okay. Where in the hell should we be standing for this? Holy shit! Damn it, Sinian. Oops, I shouldn't have stood there.
Allow me.
Well, shit. I had trouble finding out where the safe spot was that time. I kind of panicked a little. Oh, shit. that would have been good. Your greed will prove your undoing. What'd she say? Shall we continue onwards? Fearless, you're stolen. It's like, fuck what the robot's saying. We're good, we got this. Alright, this should more than cover the price of the map. How much did you pay for it anyway? They're already trying to rag him on it. Again. Don't ask questions you don't want to hear the answer to, Stola. Oops, I meant to do that. There. This does remind me of Aaron Ball's adventure now. The fuck ton of loot here, dude. Holy shit. These mystic weapons don't look too different from some of the blasphemies that we saw during the final days. What other riches might this one vault hold? Materia. Repel the intruders. Present hall pass. Is that it? Just one guy? Alright. One guy it is. Oh shit! Mimics!
Allow me.
Oh shit, we made it to the end. Looming Warden. Happy Kulu. What the hell is this thing? Dude, we're fucking rich as shit. Look at all this loot, man. Is wrapped in ether-imbued silks. Really? I think we have Pistola to tell us that. Failure to withdraw will invite chastisement? Bring it on. Spin and fumble, stumble and fall. Wait, what the? Oh, you have to slowly guide yourself. Wow, that's kind of. Leave now and live. This is your final warning. What foolishness is this? How undignified. Regroup and counterattack. Pistola doesn't like being spun like a yarn. I feel like there's a cat joke to be made there. Spinning yarn and cats, I don't know. There's something there. I don't know what's going on. I did not pay attention enough. I have no idea how to dodge that next time. You have chosen death. Oh, well, that's bullshit. There we go. Barely. Damn it! All intruders will be slain. God, I thought he was gonna... Barely. Why can I not jump free? Too much rich food of late. Okay, I have no idea what the hell we were supposed to do last time. I just kind of followed them. The yellow one? Because he was tugging on green. Okay. So if he's tugging on green, all the green ones are going to blow up, basically. Finish him off, somebody. Somebody could have LB'd his ass, but neither you stole or Estinian felt inclined. He's fucked anyway. I can't help but notice he had Susano's animations. The way he stood kind of felt like Susano. Anything to say? A fitting sentiment. You guys? A hidden room within a hidden vault. We found all the treasure then? What is this place? So you still did the Barry Burton impersonation. What is this place? A dining room. Alright, cool. That was fun.
What have we here?
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
His cheeks look so puffy here.
Well, there is one way we might
First two.
find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Dylan!
Varshan!
Son of a
Oh,
bitch!
my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Oops. Maybe.
That we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
And we came to steal shit.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
You can throw her under the bus? I wasn't gonna touch it, but you know, you stole it. What have I done?
You and I will speak later.
You bastard!
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
It's always the fucking time, man.
This something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
I think Mommy still is mad at me. I gotta go to my room. I'm on timeout now.
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Fucking evil death player, dude. Oh my god, and the music, that was so perfect. That was worth it, dude. That smirk on her
I
face.
have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
It makes sense that we would find a way to get to the 13th before any other reflection, because I think they want to do something with it, considering that Master Roll quest from Shadowbringers. The Void quests that come after the Master Roll quests, involving Unukalai and the kid from the Black Mage Roll quest for Shadowbringers, right? They were talking about trying to find a way to restore the 13th, right? To restore the World of Darkness back to its former self. So it makes sense that if we're looking for a way to go into one of the other reflections of the source, that would be one of our first targets. Aside from where Y'shtola obviously wants to go, which is the first, so she can reunite with Runar and everything, right? The first and the 13th are obviously polar reflections of each other. One was almost devoured by light, and the 13th was devoured by darkness. So it's all very poetic. I like where this is going. I feel like this is going to tie into the Master Roll quest from Shadowbringers. Obviously, that'll be like a side quest thing, but still, it's gonna tie into that, I think. Even in the learned halls of Sharlayan, 'tis forbidden to throw wide the gates to the abyss. The peril is far too great. Rahati is right next to him. Speaking of throwing wide the gates, can such a tiny portal truly be so dangerous? Well, I mean, again, if he had met Unukalai and, what was the other kid's name? Fuck, I forgot his name. I came here in search of something that might further my research. I did not anticipate a fully functioning void gate. Me neither. I expect you have more questions. So maybe that when we were with Tataru and when we went to sleep and we saw that other world, maybe that was the World of Darkness again. It just looked a little different from back here in the Crystal Tower series. Where that shadowy figure appeared that said, I am returned or something. And then it said Newfound Adventure. Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. Okay. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is the product of deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to this priceless discovery. That swirling emptiness. It puts me in mind of old friends, not to mention old foes. Excuse me. Yes, I know what he's talking about. The Cloud of Darkness. Ronde. Yeah. Right. Perhaps I might linger a touch longer. You do that. Stola? You still pissed at me? Brother's grief.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory. An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
Already tying into the Warring Triad, a Nukalai storyline.
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, The two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya.
One who didn't answer the
We
call.
dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly, they worked to expand the fissure. And after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of void-sent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razathan and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy sibling scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
So now the truth comes out.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void.
Not that
You've seen this
ignored us.
phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
You mean Nero? Yeah. I remember when Nero turned purple, yeah?
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether. Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the first brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Damn. That thing's gonna be filled out like an encyclopedia before we're even halfway done. Vitra's grief for a lost sibling will be no mystery to Estinian. His hath been a life entwined with sorrow even before he became host to Nidhogg's essence. Yeah. The 13th. What chaos must consume that world? Millennia have passed since last I saw him, but I see Azdaja in memory still, clear and vivid. I wondered how one of the first brood could simply vanish and leave no trace of her passage. Now I have my answer. Yeah, that explains why Azdaja did not respond to our call for help back when, you know, when we were seeking help for getting to Ultima Thule. That all makes sense. He was hiding the truth from us, basically, when he said that. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Astonishing. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible, and arrange to replace the Guardians you so handily destroyed. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. Sorry we fucked them up. Ah, my apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we would be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Razatan. Music to my ears. I gotta take a break. Where does this take us, though? This makes sense, yeah. Yeah, so it ties into the Crystal Tower lore, the Allogans trying to use captured primals like the Warring Triad to fight against, to conquer other places like Mericidia and the dragons that live there, which are mostly the first brood like Tiamat, Bahamut, the war that they had with the Mericidians, and then using, making that covenant with the Cloud of Darkness from the Void, the World of Darkness, and that ties into Anukalai, who comes from there. He's from that reflection. And everything else. Yeah, it's all coming together. But I wouldn't be surprised if this MSQ spawns a series of side quests that does tie into the Void quests from Shadowbringers. For the most enjoyable expedition, for which I am grateful. As for mine evaluation, I shall impress upon the Leopards that a treasure vault is incomplete without daunting sentinels to test the mettle of any would-be intruders. That's true, yeah. While I am loath to keep Kyle waiting much longer, I cannot bring myself to leave before hearing more of Vitra's tale. Same. Excuse me? There is much about the Void Gate that I cannot even begin to explain. I must convince Vitra to share everything he knows. Vitra speaks as if Ashdaya is a lost cause, but I wager he feels differently in his heart of hearts. Yeah. This is quite the gathering. To what do we owe the pleasure? Well, I think you're gonna find out in a second. I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault Sentinel. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapikulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. Was it tomb robbers? I could have just said tomb raiders. Fiends born of the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free!
Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
Look at them, they're all like, it wasn't us! Couldn't be me. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Fucking busted, man. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions? Quite a few, in fact. But I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of voidsmen. And from this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man? I should think Alfino would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet, you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Ajdaya, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant, for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken, and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. True. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void center. But such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. Ah, I had meant to ask. What prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? It was all Estinian's idea, I swear to God. I'm gonna have someone else pissed at me now. As I recall, it was you who was chasing tales of undersea ruins. You bastard! Shut up, Estinian. Well, as you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Yeah, what he said. Totally. I wasn't gonna pocket any of it, I swear. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Loporrits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. Alright, take it easy, Ranger. And I must be off to Charlian as well. Mistress Kryle was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the Annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. Alright. Take it easy. Guess this is where we all part ways. Gentlemen? And now milady and other two gentlemen? We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. You still mad about what I said earlier? Of course not. That's all water under the bridge now. You may now undertake the Chronicles of a New Era quest series, Myths of the Realm. Speak with the fresh-faced student at the Valdesian Annex to accept the first quest. Oh, that request that Kryle was talking about, which Grahatia just reminded me of, is for the Alliance raid. Cool. It spins off of this, huh? Neat. Anything else? I hope you enjoyed the expedition, at least. Otherwise, it was a heavy purse to pay for a treasure map leading to a treasure we couldn't keep. Exactly. So much for paying for that map, huh? Damn. The difficult part in all this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? anything to make up for the construct we broke. It's the least I can do. Then think of your employment as recompense. Serve me as guest advisors, and I will consider the broken constructs paid for in full. Leon and I are in this together. I will follow his example. Right on. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Vague ass description, just elsewhere. This doesn't look like the same place we saw last time. This looks completely new. Still very shadowy, or shady, I guess. Maybe it's the same person, I don't know. This ex-Seth wannabe looking guy. Throne of Earth. I sensed the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. It was thrown open from the other. Oh, so this is still the void. Okay. World of Darkness? It is just somewhere we haven't seen, I guess. Throne of Fire. I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. 10,000 years ago was the Sundering, when Zodiark and Hydaelyn were first summoned and all that happened. Yet we must not underestimate he who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Oh, they know about that, huh? The Throne of Wind. What is this, the Four Fiends? The Throne of Water? Bah, let him come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling gasp for breath in his final moments. Well, they don't sound too happy about what I've done. Knight in Black. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. 'Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Sharing the wealth. Okay. Alright. So that probably took more like 3 hours. But I said I was going to take a break. I just wanted to finish a quest after leaving the dungeon area, which we did. So yeah, now that we're finally back in the sanctuary, I can safely log out and not feel like I'm out in the middle of fucking nowhere, I guess. And yeah, I'll be back later. So I'll just go ahead and end the stream now. And I'll do a little bit more when I get back. Hard to believe I actually streamed 7.5 hours today. The time flew by. But that's what happens when you're having fun, right? So, I'm enjoying the new content. Still not fully hooked on what's going to happen next, but at least they're setting stuff up now, it seems. Is that a graphical thing, or... Oh, it's another player. Okay. I was like, what the fuck is that over there? But yeah, they're setting up new villains in the Void, the World of Darkness, I guess. Some mysterious Black Knight and 4 elementals that sound like a recursion of like the 4 fiends or something from Final Fantasy 1. Yeah, there was a fiend of earth, water, wind, and fire. And I like that they referenced the Cloud of Darkness too. Since the Crystal Tower series is now mandatory, they can now involve all the lore from it in MSQ, so that's kind of neat. It makes me wonder if, as they come up with new stories and adventures for us to go on from this point on, using the lore that's already established from the previous storyline, 1.0 all the way to Endwalker, it makes me wonder if they're going to start making other things that were used to be optional mandatory. Which is a good way of... how do I put it? It's a good way of future-proofing it, I guess? Kind of like making duty support for dungeons, so that even if the player base, which eventually it will, when it eventually dies off completely, and there's only a small number of people still playing the game, like Final Fantasy XI, for example, excuse me, people can still play through the story, right? You only need to recruit other people to your party to do stuff, for like trials and stuff like that, right? But so for side content that most people don't do, maybe, or skip over now because it's just old and people would rather focus on MSQ, like Heaven's Word side content, like the Alliance raids for that. It makes me wonder if eventually some of those might become mandatory if they decide to take the lore from those and make them part of MSQ in the future. Because Crystal Tower was not mandatory until Shadowbringers. It was just optional side content until then. So, and it wasn't even mandatory until 5.3, I believe. Yeah, until patch 5.3 did it become mandatory to do the Crystal Tower series, which was the end of the Shadowbringer storyline, where you fight the Warrior of Light, Elidibus. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if, as they come up with new ideas to use old lore to make new stories, which is what they're doing now, they might do that with some of the older content, with some more of the older content. Start making it mandatory to set up MSQ for post-Endwalker now. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Get rid of that. But let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, so when I get back, I think I'll branch off from here to go do that request they asked me about. They asked me about, actually, I'm not sure. I have to think about it while I take a break. I'm not sure if I want to finish all of MSQ first, or go ahead and branch off and do the Alliance raid request that they just told me about. That Gravatia reminded me of something that Kryle was asking me about. And then come back to finish the rest of MSQ. I'm not really sure. I'll think about it. I might just finish the rest of MSQ and then do the Alliance raid. We'll see. I'll think about it, yeah. No guarantees. But yeah. So for now, I think that's pretty much it. So I'll just go ahead and sign off here. And yeah, like I said, I'll be back later. So until then, thank you all very much for watching. Love you all very much. Thank you for the support on YouTube and Twitch, wherever you decide to watch. And as always, please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. You know, stay safe out there. All that good stuff. And until next time, please have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. There it is. Chat log's fine for now. So yeah, take care everyone. Peace.